Welcome back. Like, subscribe, and it's time to unlearn what you have learned. So, start off with this is Jesus. This is probably what he looked like. More like this. I actually made a video about that. This ain't what Jesus looked like. You know, it didn't look like this. Didn't look like none of these. It said, like I said, he was closer to this. This was actually a real nice painting done by a young lady. She had a dream, and this is what she painted. That's a great picture. Don't get me wrong, but that's not him either. See, Satan has his ways, man. Satan has his ways of faking people out. Cause I can tell you right now, looking like this and angelic and all that stuff, man. They was crucifying this dude. They ain't crucifying this dude, guarantee it. But that's just my opinion. I don't know what Jesus looked like, but once again, the way they treated him, I don't think that's the case at all. The dudes didn't have to do what they did, but they did it anyway. But once again, you're probably asking, why is this, all related? Well, it's related because these are the times that Jesus told us to watch for. And I'm going to dive into a couple of different things that have to do with this. So, before I do that, if you really want all the just knowledge and all the craziness, then you can talk to this dude. His name is Wesley Huff. Been blowing up lately. You know what I'm saying? Check out his videos. I got him on Instagram. I got him on, YouTube, whatever. So I listen to a lot of his podcasts. I listen to the other ones, which he's been doing a lot lately. He's been on Joe Rogan. He's been all over the place, and he's just been letting them have it like it's supposed to be had. He's a theologian. He's a historian. Can't argue with that, right? Science, study, research. So a lot of people obviously feel the way they feel because they don't believe in God, this and that, blah blah blah. Oh, you can go on and on and on. But when it comes down to it, it just comes down to you guys not wanting to do what you got to do. It's the same thing with me. I deserve death just like anybody else does. But because of Jesus, I'm saved. And all I have to do is believe in him. And it's funny too, the guy that was on the cross with him, that's all he did was believe at that moment. And the Lord said, you'll be with me in heaven. And boom, there it was. He didn't go to church. He didn't pray. He was a bad person. He was getting what he deserved as far as the law. But yet at that moment, all he did was believe in his heart. With all his heart at that moment, and boom. Ain't that something? So, once again, talk to this dude. Listen to this dude. You don't listen to me? You listen to him. Because I like listening to him because, he's got his stuff right. And I ain't perfect. But he knows what he's talking about. Now, I'm going to show you, I know what I'm talking about. And it has to do with the rapture. It has to do with the time that we're in right now. With a lot of things are happening on the East Coast. A lot of things that are happening in the region of the cradle of civilization, Saudi Arabia. What's happening right now in the Middle East is just crazy. I can't believe I just went a blank right there. Sorry about that, but yeah, the things that are going on in the Middle East, this all has relations to it. What's going on with Iran, U.S., China, Russia, all this stuff. And that comes down to, guess what? The Euphrates River, bruh. It's been getting dry. People are having crisis and everything else. So why is that? Why is the river going dry? Does that have anything to do with prophecy? Perhaps? I think it does. This right here, we're going to come back to this. But once again, this has to do with the sixth angel blowing his trumpet. it let loose the 4 angels that are bound in the great river Euphrates, which is being dried up. Once that dries up, that's what's going to happen. These angels are going to come out and they're going to wreak havoc. Now, I don't know if that's literally or symbolic. It could be either or. I don't know. We have to wait and see. But what I do know is that, guess what? This has already happened. Once again, let it be known that the Lord said to watch for the signs. No man, not even the Son, know the day or the hour. Right? Right. But guess what? This has already happened. This trumpet has already been blown. Sorry, back down here. This trumpet has already been blown because the Euphrates River is drying up. Once it dries up, then that releases the 4 angels. Now, the reason why I want to show you guys this is because it doesn't go line for line. Okay? It doesn't go each seal, each trumpet, each horseman, each bowls of wrath. It doesn't go that way. It goes a bowl of wrath, a trumpet, a horseman. It's just random. It could be anything. It could be 2 seals. It could be 1 bowl. It could be 2 horsemen. But what we do know here is seeing it. This has already happened, and that's why the Lord said, "Watch for the signs." Well, guess what? That's one of them. That's already happened. But everything happens at random. Even the stuff that comes after that, it's probably just all random. It just gets the point to be prepared for the next step to happen. And something else could be happening over here. It could be a seal that's broke. It could be a bowl of wrath that's poured. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I came up with. I was like, well, damn, it's totally mixed up, because no wonder no one's going to know. If you're following line for line all the way through this, you'll be like, okay, this is next, this is next. No, that's not how it goes. So now I will talk about the rapture. And people, once again, we're going to come back to this. But first, we're going to go over here, because this is their proof. This is their proof saying, oh, we're going to be raptured. It says it right here in Revelation 3:10. Because thou hast kept my word, I will keep you from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world, to try them that dwell upon the earth. That's true. That's true. He is going to keep his word. I'm sorry. He is going to keep you from the hour of temptation. We're going to go back to Revelation 9. He's going to keep you from this. This is where we're going to keep you from. And you missed it. A lot of people missed it. Now, I missed it too. I just figured this out probably about a week ago. I was like, wait a minute. Holy crap, there it is right there. Now, once these locusts are coming out of this pit, these locusts are given power to torment. The thing that gets me is what they look like. They have crowns like gold on their heads. They have like they're just ready for battle. They got their armor on with the freaking crown. And then they have faces of men. Bro, if I see some junk like that, I'm dead. I'm gonna be like, whoa, bro, whoa, that's crazy. That's crazy, but here it is right here. Now, could this be symbolic? Sure. Or could it be actually what it's saying? That's probably because these dudes are tormenting people. Now, here's the key. Here's the key right here. But only those men which have not the seal of God in their foreheads. You can read this for yourself. Go all the way through it. So right here, it's saying that people that have the seal of God, don't touch them people. Just the ones that don't have it. So that means there's people that's going to be here that have the seal of God in their forehead. No rapture, bro. That right there seals the deal. And if you go back to Revelation 3, once again, he will keep you from the hour of temptation, which he will keep you from this. You're going to be seeing this happening. They ain't going to mess with you. They're going to get everybody else. But all these things that are going to be coming and all these things are going to happen, you're not going anywhere. And you want to know why? I'll tell you why. It's because this man right here. It's because of Jesus Christ. What he had to go through. He didn't just walk up to the cross and that was it. And even at one point he was like, God, why have you forsaken me? Like, bro, what else do I have to go through? And they tortured this man for no reason. And even when the guys walked up on him, he's like, bro, what are you doing? We didn't tell you to do all that. And then they just kept going. They just kept going. So I'm thinking this way. I'm using the word of God and thinking and, having a relationship with God, thinking like God, saying that, yeah, I'm not just going to let you walk up in here. You're going to have to prove. You're going to have to prove it. Now, see, dude that was on the cross, he was already on his way. He was done. That's a whole different story. But for us that are still here today, we're going to have to go through all of it. No buy, no sell, the mark of the beast, trying to figure out where you going to live, how you going to live, because everything is going to be associated with the mark of the beast. Whatever that may be. But we know for one thing for sure it's going to have to do with financial, because you can't buy or sell. So, yeah, figure that one out. So that's just my example of the situation, that there will be no rapture. And this is why the thing that's going to happen is called the great falling away, because people are going to be pissed. They're going to be like, wait a minute, you didn't pay attention. The Lord's telling you, say, I got my heart and my mind prepared for what's going to happen. I know I'm going to have to go through what I'm going to have to go through, but at the same time, as far as God's wrath, I'm not going to have to worry about that. But I'm going to have to continue to have faith. I'm going to have to continue to rely on Him like I've been doing already. And I totally rely on the Lord 100%. I've been in some of the darkest depths of places where I thought there was no way out. And the Lord always made a way out. He was always on time. And that's why I believe what I believe. If you guys, are offended or get your feelings hurt because, I don't want to hear all this Bible thumping and, well, I'm telling you right now, man, at one point, I was there too. I get it. Why people think the way they think, but it's not about what you think. The Lord tells us to not to rely on our own understanding. Trust and believe in Him. Don't rely on our own understanding. And that's what a lot of people are doing. But once again, this is why the rapture talk keeps going. Because people are not relying on Him. They're relying on their own understanding, but they're missing it. It's right there. These people are still going to be here, and they have the seal of God in their foreheads. He's telling them, I command you to not hurt the grass, not a green tree, neither a tree, only those men which have not the seal of God in their foreheads. Man, it is what it is. Stop playing. Like, subscribe. I'm just saying. There it is right there, man. I'm out. Peace.